What's going on, everybody? Back again with another video with D-Court. Today we have Today we have a video with this, but not with this. I don't know why this is up.
Don't drop that hey.
Oh, that might have been a little too far.
Hey.
Today we have another install video, and it should be a really fun, easy, quick install.
Hey.
A little different than the pace we've been going with this Rally Miata. Been a little different with the pace we've been going at with this Turbo Miata so far, so it should be a good change of pace. Really something nice and easy. Hopefully I didn't just screw myself. We got a couple things sent in from the people from In.Focus. They do a lot of shift knob, shift boot, that kind of thing with all kinds of cars. Universal application as well as car specific application as well. As well. So we got a couple different things from In.Focus. I'm gonna show you guys them right now. So the first order of business, we got ourselves a neochrome shift knob. This thing looks tight. The reason I went with neochrome is because the lug nuts are actually neochrome as well. If the lug nuts were actually cleaned, they would look similar. In this next package, we got a little decal for the In.Focus decal. Looks like right here we got the shift boot, and it looks like right here we have the e-brake boot. And this is a universal application, so it's not Miata specific, so I'll be cutting a few things to make it fit. But what's really cool is In.Focus actually sends a little instruction guide on how to get stuff done. With the things I've been getting lately, there's really no instruction to it, so it's like, go ahead and figure it out. But it's really nice because In.Focus actually gives you a pamphlet of like how to do it for the universal application, how it works in most cars. Look at the colors of this thing. The people at Premium Auto Styling, honestly, like this wrap is so crazy. Like seriously, gold, red, purplish right there, and then it like turns to blue. Wow. I'm going with a purple interior because at some point when I have a roll bar in here, I'm going to be putting in some harnesses that are in that box right there. And they are also purple. They are the same exact purple as that. So what's going to help a ton right now is if we actually put this top down, which is awesome because it happens now. Now let's get to business. I love this car because not only have I done stuff to the actual engine bay, we've gotten a lot of stuff on the interior as well. The seats, both the seats, we will have harnesses once the harness bar and the roll bar go on. The steering wheel, this little red thing fell off, but it's right in there. I just need to super glue it back on. The gauges, I need to make that gauge plate. And the radio, the speakers, and now the e-brake boot, shift boot, and shift knob. This car's really coming together. We are going to be taking off this whole center section right here. I feel like I do this at least once a week. Let me show you a great example of like what I've learned over the past year in problem solving when working on your car. I have aftermarket seats here that are a little bigger than the factory seats. I'm trying to take this plastic piece off the e-brake because we're going to change it with the purple part. And I cannot get a screwdriver down there because the bolstering on the seat is so hard that I cannot get an actual screwdriver down there. So I noticed, hey, look at this seat. It's got a hole in it right here for a harness. Pull it forward. Oh, and then now we can get to it with the screwdriver through this hole. Problem solving is like the #1 thing you have to have. And it takes time, so you can't just expect to have it right away, but you need it to work on a car and actually get stuff done. There we go. So I'm starting with the e-brake boot first. Here's the e-brake boot from In.Focus. It's gonna go over this existing little piece I took off for the e-brake.
Hey.
Whoa, another Mustang in our neighborhood. Also 2016. This is how it's gonna look. And I want it to kind of stop right before the black part. So like I said, this is a universal application. This is way too much fabric for what we are going to be needing, so I cut it down a little bit. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this spray right now. I'm going to see how it looks when I just put it into the car. It might actually work out the way the Miata is set up. So we're gonna see it. I'll show you guys. So check this out. This actually works out without even putting any adhesive on it at all. It stays on there really good, and it's because of this little strap on the Miata that goes around the e-brake boot. It makes everything super tight in there. I might bring this down just a tad and spray this with the adhesive and then stick this top part back on just so the top part doesn't move. But that's about it for the e-brake boot. Nice. Sprayed in the wrong place. Right in my pants. Crap. The e-brake boot is in. It is perfect. I love that little baggy look down there. I don't like it when it's super clean looking. I like it when it has almost like a boot on it, like a shift boot. It's really gonna tie in when I put this shift boot on along with the new shift knob. We're gonna flip this thing around, and we see 4 bolts that need to come out, and this little imprint right here is the old shift boot. I'm gonna show it to you when we can get it out. Since it is a universal kit, we are gonna have to do a little bit of cutting like we did on the e-brake section, but it'll look really good at the end. Holy crap, is the top and bottom of this thing dirty? So we're gonna actually keep this little plastic piece, and we're gonna mold our new shift boot around this. And you see these tiny little tabs in here? There's little holes for the shift boot to actually go into. So we're gonna try to mimic that. This old boot's actually ripped. You can kind of see it right in there. So if you pick up this for your car and it's not a Mazda Miata and you're trying to figure out what size you should leave the shifter boot, look at the other one, size it up, and realize, so mine's massive compared to it, so I'm definitely gonna do some cutting. Okay, it's cut to size. I hopefully didn't cut too much off. I'm kind of scared right now, but it's kind of short. But it is a little taller than this other one, which is kind of weird, but we're gonna make it work. When you do this, don't cut too much off. Go slowly, please, because I'm kind of scared right now. So here we go. Actually fits super, super good. I got lucky with cutting it right away, but I still do not recommend that. We got them on all of them. I made it super tight too. We had room actually. I super glued that little piece right there. It's never gonna be seen when the car's on, but I wanted to make sure that the stitching doesn't come out, so I super glued that. Dang it, I just messed up freaking bad. Like really freaking bad. Remember when I said I super glued that? Well, I turned this whole thing over upside down so I can cut out the rest. And I got some super glue on the front of the shift boot.
It's never gonna be seen when the car's on.
Super freaking disappointing. The only upside to this is that it'll be like this in the car and you really don't see the front of the shift boot. So it's not like the biggest upset in the world, but it's still frustrating because I took all that time doing that. And there's just a tiny bit of super glue on it now, and that's not gonna come out. I'm gonna quickly get everything back in the car so we can see how it looks, and then we're gonna get to the very, very, very hardest step, which is putting the shifter on. It's gonna be super hard. So this is what it looks like right now. It's coming off a lot more pink than it is in person. It's definitely a lot more purple, but through the camera it feels pink. The shifter itself, I mean the shift boot, is a lot bigger than the shifter, so we're gonna have to squish it down a little bit. I kinda like that though, no big. I kinda like the old baggy look. Time to do the hardest part of the install. Get ready for it. Number one hardest thing to do. Takes a lot of effort, a lot of skill, a lot of concentration. You do not want to mess this up. What's really nice about the shift knob shift boot combo is that it's meant for each other, meaning like the shift boot here, like I was saying before, has this little ring. It just goes right up on the shifter like that, or right up on the shift knob, and it'll stay there. It's not going to leave that weird little gap that some companies have. So there it is, man. Shoot, this is freaking awesome. It's honestly perfect. The bagginess, because if it was too tight, I didn't even realize it wouldn't have went into gears. So it's perfect the way it is. We do have one super minor hiccup with the... We're not even going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that. That didn't happen.
It's never gonna be seen.
This is looking super, super awesome. The little purple accents. Soon we're gonna have purple here too as well. It's gonna all flow together here soon. The neochrome shift knob, the neochrome lug nuts. Man, this car is coming together, baby! The next thing on the agenda is probably making a little plate for these bad boys so they're oriented up a little bit and towards me. And then after that, I'm kind of freeballing after that. I do have some ideas for non-install videos that are going to be kind of interesting, so I'm excited to bring you guys that. I also have a lot going on behind the scenes. I'm trying to start something up. I'm trying to start something up of my own that's away from YouTube, that's a different avenue for me to succeed and for you guys to enjoy stuff as well. I'm putting a ton of work into this on the off time I've had. There's a lot of things you guys don't see that you see in these videos. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes as well. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to do some cool things for all of us here. And hopefully we can make it happen here in the summer. I'm hoping to launch this kind of project I got going June 15th. Doing it all by myself. Like I always do, and it'll be pretty crazy. I hope you guys enjoy what's coming up. I know you guys will. If you guys like the video. Helps me so freaking much. I'll say this, in Focus for their shift boot and their shift knob, it's actually very decently priced compared to other companies that are $100. I think they're around $60 for the shift knob and for the shift boot as well. So it's around looking like $120 for the combo, which is really, really good in my opinion. I've personally bought a shift knob for my dad for Christmas once. That was over $100. Not gonna say any brands or anything, but believe me, this does the job. It feels awesome. If you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, you still like the video. Comment, what is your favorite accessory if you had to buy one? And subscribe. Peace out.